So hi everyone and welcome back in the tiny workshop of random design. Soon it is going to be again one of my favorite holidays, Halloween! And just as every year I'm going to carve a jack-o'-lantern. So recently in the supermarket I found this nice pumpkin and actually already its shape reminds me of someone. So I will carve a Totoro this year. See how I made the jack-o'-lantern in the following video. And at the end I'm also going to show you a trick how to better preserve your pumpkin.
At first I roughly drew the outlines of Totoro onto the pumpkin. This just serves as a sketch to get an idea of right proportions before cutting the silhouette. I'm using a marker which later on can be easily removed again by an ethanol containing solution, just like nail polish remover. So these details. And arms, that's it. Off with his head. I will keep the stalk for later on because it should resemble the leaf on Totoro's head. Now I fully carve the pumpkin. First of all I remove all the seeds, works best by hand. Then I cut down the pulp, because the thinner wall makes the carving easier later on. Afterwards I'm carving the pulp just with a spoon. Now the pumpkin is cavernous. Into the back I'm cutting an opening to put a candle. Beside I will need this piece for cutting the ears later on. Then I started with the carving and first cut in all outlines. Crude pieces were just cut with a kitchen knife, whereas I used an utility knife for cutting details. Of course, there are nice modeling tools available, but not everyone who wants to carve a pumpkin once a year has them. So here I just want to show you how to carve the pumpkin with simple equipment. Again, first cutting the outlines, and then I just remove everything from the inside to get nicely shaped teeth for a bright smile. Also the eyes. Cut the outline and removed everything. Around the nose I cut the outline as a thin gap that it will be highlighted later on. The same I did for the arms, so also here I removed just a little bit to achieve a tiny gap. From the back piece I removed at the beginning, I cut now the ears. I attached them to Totoro's head by toothpicks. I wiped away the marker lines by using nail polish remover. For making the whiskers, I used toothpicks again. Oops, almost forgot cutting the cloth.
Well, for the last step I had to go outside because now I want to make sure that Totoro doesn't get some new fungi friends. For this purpose I mixed 1 milliliter of bleach with in 1 liter of water, and this dilution I will now use to disinfect Totoro.
Chlorine-based bleach is found in many household cleaners. Under alkaline conditions, it forms hypochloric acid, which is a strong disinfectant. But please take care, because under acidic conditions, it generates chloride, which is hardly dissolved in water and will evaporate as toxic chlorine gas. So never use bleach in combination with common household chemicals, like vinegar or citric acid.
So I'm just spraying him with this solution. I'm doing it outside because this bleach, which is actually hypochlorite, just smells a little bit like in a swimming pool. So of course it's important not only to do this from the outside, but of course also from the inside. And you can see already that there's some strange colors, so I'm just spraying it. Here from the back. Oh, remove the candle first. So that's basically it. Totoro is done and I hope he will survive until Halloween. Now I will show you how he looks in the dark. So I'm just switching on the candle. And turn off the light.
Don't miss our Halloween special.